being aggressive and sticking together. Play 1 to play 9.
We're all we got. We're all we need.
Pressure hit well, and they get a knockdown as Witherspoon came under pressure. And Uchenna Nwosu is going the distance for a touchdown.
Yes, what is going on, LBHT crew? Look, man, that was a little clip from the hype video, and Mark Wahlberg, who is, he's the unofficial mayor of Boston. Yeah. When I saw him get that hype, I was like, I had to play that part where he's screaming in the camera and juxtapose that to what just went down in the Super Bowl. And if you did not watch any of the Super Bowl and you just woke up and said, "Hey, wonder what's going on," what happened is the Patriots kind of beat down. Okay, yeah. They kind of beat down. You called it. I said it would be closer. And for about three quarters, both defenses showed up. And this is what happened.
Yeah, the Patriots defense played great tonight.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
But
yep. But this is what happens when if you don't put up points at some point, even look, the narrative will be defense wins championships, and I get it. Look, both defenses showed up, and defense is what got it done. But we don't have anything going on offense. You put out what the Patriots put out, all right?
Yeah. I didn't see who they actually gave MVP to. I imagine it was Kenneth Walker.
That's what I had, but yeah, I didn't see.
They may have given it to the kicker Myers. He set a record for the field goals and all that. Those were really kind of the only two choices. But I already starting to see it, and I can't with people. I see Panthers fans. Oh man, they got to do whatever they need to do to get a pass rush and everything. And I'm just like, no, obviously having a pass rush is good. I'm not saying it's not, but we're gonna forget that 2 weeks ago they played the Rams and gave up 27 points and had 1 sack. Like, what happened tonight wasn't, oh man, having a pass rush is unbeatable. What happened tonight is they played a bad offense.
And bad
offense.
And you've been saying that, and those been saying that, Cam Newton has been saying this. The Patriots. And listen, congratulations for getting there. You got to get there.
Yeah, they had a great season.
But a little bit of fool's gold. And people got mad at him for saying that. Drake May, a little bit of fool's gold there, right? Like, not in a bad way, but they're not the team that you think they are, and they just showed why.
No, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to face a defense like that and perform well. I mean, not even a defense like that. He wasn't ready for the Chargers defense. He wasn't ready for the Texans defense. He wasn't ready for the Broncos defense. Yes. But again, you can't block. You don't have Stephon Diggs is a good receiver. He's not the guy he was. You don't really try to get Travion Henderson that involved. So, there's nothing that really scares defenses on that Patriots offense, right? But like I said, when you're talking about Matt Stafford throwing it to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, the Seattle defense doesn't look that great. They gave up 27 last time they played them. They gave up 37 the time before that. Not that they're a bad team, but when a great defense like that will dominate a bad offense, they're not going to do that to a great offense. Sure. And it's the last game of the season, so people kind of overreact to it because it's the championship game. You're not going to see any. It's been 2 weeks since you watched any football. It's going to be however many months before you see any again. But yeah, they went out there and they beat the hell out of a bad offense, which is what they're supposed to do.
Let's give some shout outs to the chat here. Zeke Hokage, what's good? Says what's good. And I'm giving Mentor 2 years to get us to the Super Bowl. Okay, all right. Praveen Salute says Seattle's victory completes the embarrassment of both New York teams who draft players who find success elsewhere. Okay. All right. What else we got going on here? Ashley, salute. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Enmun, salute. We got Jemiah. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Killer, who's been talking to us in our Discord. Ola. And mucho gusto to you, B.
Nice to meet you, Cam.
Showcase, salute. Yes, everybody's giving Mike McDonald Congratulations. Megan, who is a Seahawks fan, says, let's go, Seahawks. You're Super Bowl champions. I told you so. Well, I think we all picked the Seahawks to win here. I don't think anybody picked the Patriots. But yes, you told us so. You know, Megan, I was going to wait until tomorrow to bring this up. You told us that Kubiak wasn't going anywhere. You're right about not going to Baltimore. You hit that on a nail. But he is going to Vegas, it seems like.
No, didn't they? Well, they already hired their coach, didn't they?
Who they hire?
They hired LaFleur. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Oh, wait, so they're going where?
Well, no. Arizona hired LaFleur, right? I can't remember now.
I thought
Chat, who's the coach of the Raiders, Chat?
I thought the last report I saw was Kubiak is going to take that job. Maybe it's not a done deal. Maybe Megan is right. Maybe Megan is right.
Maybe.
Mad Roster, salute, says, sick feeling. Ravens wasted 2 years. Hey. Hey. He said, what's going on, Hendo? Says, what do we have here? A little.
I don't know, Hendo. Why don't you click the link and find out what we have here? We did get a cash out from our good friend Noah. Thank you very much, Noah. Appreciate you. And he says, congrats to Mike McDonald and Seattle. Yeah, absolutely. I know there's some Ravens fans who are feeling a little, I don't want to say salty, but a little, that missing out, kind of like, hey, that could have been us, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it was a long shot, or it was unrealistic that was going to happen. It should have happened, but they were never realistically going to do that. You should just be happy for Mike. He went and turned the team around 2 years, won a championship, did a fantastic job. Congrats to Sam Darnold as well, turning his career around after they tried to hang him out to dry in New York. It was a great season all the way around in Seattle.
And Noah, for that Cash App, you get one of these. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's a lot easier to deal with. I could watch the Super Bowl and just be like, okay, fine. Even if the Patriots would have won, I mean, whatever, But Mike McDonald, I know a lot of people didn't want to see that happen because it represents what could have been for the Ravens. But Harbaugh's not here anymore, so
y'all already won.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. If Harbaugh was still here and he didn't get fired, and he's talking about bringing running it back, and we see Mike McDonald win, yes, that would be infuriating.
Yeah,
but Jesse Minter, who's kind of from that same ilk of McDonald, that what we saw tonight could be a glimpse of what's down the road for the Ravens. That could be us with much better quarterback play, because what they're not going to talk about is how bad both quarterbacks played in this game. They're both
bad. Darnold was
bad.
Darnold wasn't good. Look, he had some pretty terrible throws. He missed Jackson Smith and Jigba wide open for what would have been an easy touchdown. A couple of those throws, though, he just he threw it into coverage, but they were good throws. They were just ill advised. One in particular that got dropped by I forget who it was, the receiver, but he didn't have a good game. But he did not go full Darnold, and that's where you got to give him the credit. Okay?
Yes,
He did not turn the ball over. He didn't melt down like he did in Minnesota last year. He stayed within himself and helped them get that win. Because if he goes Sam, the old, it's not even going Darnold anymore. He's not that guy anymore. He's a Super Bowl champion. If he went that other guy who got drafted number 3 overall by the Jets, if he started playing like him, they could have lost this game.
Yeah. What's going on, Imani? Thanks for coming through. We got Luke K in the house. Says the people in the front office that want our Harbaugh to stay need to be fired. You're talking about EDC, and that's his friend. You're going to ride for your friend, man. Right? I get it. Agnes, what's going on? Says the Super Bowl commercials shucked. There was one that made me chuckle a little bit. I can't remember which one it is now.
I really liked the Key and Eastbound and Down doing the Bon Jovi song, Living on a Prayer. I like that one. I thought that made me laugh.
Yeah, there was one I was like, okay, that one was funny, but Super Bowl.
It's been years since they've been really good. It's been a long time.
Yeah. I love when we are underestimated. We put the Super Bowl ring on it. Hey, Megan, that's every fan base feels like they've been underestimated. I think their odds were just as good as anybody else in the NFC this year. This year was pretty. It was up. It was up in the air for anybody.
Yeah,
it was anybody. We said that anybody on AFC or NFC, anybody that makes the playoffs could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's just the way that the season was going. But man, that's damn good for the Seahawks, man. Mike Macdonald in the second year, they look great.
Mm-hmm.
They look great,
And I think that Jesse Minter will have Baltimore's defense looking like that. Maybe not right away next year, but very soon they'll be playing like that. I mean, Seattle doesn't have any great pass rushers. They have good ones. Yeah, and they have a great defensive mind coaching their defense. Baltimore. I'm gonna keep saying I think it was a mistake to get rid of Oweh, but you got Mike Green. I guess you still got a decent Isaac. We'll see what's happening there. You got Tavius Robinson. Maybe you're getting mad at BK back. I think that there'll be a much improved defense next year.
Yeah. Ray Cocoon says, "Can we hire Harbaugh again just to fire him? I hate that bum." Ooh, yeah. That's strong. We got a super chat here. Thanks to the super chat. Tone the Virgo, appreciate that. It says, "Congrats to Mike Mack and the Seahawks. Sam Darnold didn't play a great game, but he played a clean game. The Seahawks just simply played chess and didn't try to play checkers. That's how you win." Yeah. Sam Darnold did not play. He played bad in my opinion, but he didn't have the turnovers. And when your defense is dominating, that's all you need to do is not turn the ball over. Yeah. And also, like, something that's going to be missing this whole thing, right? Is a coaching from Mike Macdonald and not overthinking it, right? Because he could have easily went for it on fourth down. A few of those times they're down the red zone, right? Oh man, we gotta keep setting for field goals. We gotta do something. They're like, he was like, no, we're kicking ass. We're not giving up any big plays.
Look, I see how Drake May's playing.
Yes,
we don't need to do this.
He knows how to assess the situation. That's something that Harbaugh just wasn't doing here. You know what I mean?
Kenneth Walker did win MVP for Super Bowl.
Salute to Kenneth Walker. Good for him.
Yeah.
My friend Antonio is here. What's going on, Antonio? Says, as a Ravens fan, I feel sick. This could have been us, but we decided to keep Harbaugh. What a wasted opportunity. No need to feel sick. Harbaugh's gone. He's out the building. I would feel sick if Harbaugh was still here and this happened, right? And our media around here acting like it's all good. Like, oh yeah, whatever, good for him. But we got Harbaugh, right? That would have made me sick. But Jesse Minter can hopefully do what Macdonald can do, with this team. And listen, Mike Macdonald did that without a Lamar Jackson on the team. Jesse Minter's got Lamar Jackson on his team.
No disrespect to Sam Darnold, but Baltimore has a much better quarterback. And no disrespect to Kenneth Walker, who has won Super Bowl MVP, but Baltimore has a much better running back. Walker, by the way, had 29 touches for 161 total yards. He didn't get robbed. It was holding. But it would have been nice if that touchdown run stood to kind of cap things off for him. But he played a great game. He was the majority of Seattle's offense. He was the one to get them into position to kick those field goals to build up that lead to begin with. So congrats to him for Super Bowl MVP. First time since I believe they said 97 a running back has won Super Bowl MVP. But yeah, that's the way the league is going. It's going back to that real physical, hard-hitting defense and running the ball. The Ravens have been trying to do that for the past decade and hasn't worked. So maybe, I don't want to say the league is catching up to them. Maybe they're getting lapped and they're just going to be right there in the thick of it. So I think some people will kind of take that away. We'll take that away from that game and say, hey, yeah, the Ravens were kind of a little ahead of the time, but not really, right? Because yes,
when we had good defenses and we had good running games, we didn't run the ball in the playoffs. That's what got us out of there. Like, so it's not even like we could fully see and we talked about that, B, right? Like you're saying, hey, in this league, you got to pass the ball. But I'm like, yes, okay, but if you want to be a run team, you have to lean into that identity. You have to really push it. Like make sure you get the talent and run and stick to your game plan. And we never did that. So we always got away from our identity in the playoffs. And that's all on coaching.
Yeah, they weren't ahead of the curve. They were clinging to the past, and then they were too scared to commit to that.
Yeah,
But now, they've got a more forward-thinking coach, hopefully, and a defensive-minded coach, a guy who can put together the kind of defense that you just saw with Seattle. I mean, the kind of defense he had with the Chargers, right? And you've got Derrick Henry. I mean, obviously, they're going to have to be thinking about, what's next at running back here pretty soon. But you got the MVP quarterback. You've got the all-time great Hall of Fame running back. This offseason, go fix the O-line and get yourself another receiver because, listen, if Rashad Bateman gets things turned around, that's great, but you don't want to rely on that. Go out there and get yourself another pass catcher and really lean into that offense and see where it takes you.
Yeah. And Tone the Virgo says, Jay Harbaugh is on the Seahawks special teams. So another Harbaugh gets a ring.
And we have a very, very special guest with us. Wait, let me adjust the scene first because we know how this goes. Ferris, what is going on, Ferris?
I'ma need a day off. I think I call Ferris up.
What's up, Ferris?
What's up, Ferris? And we got another super chat from Melanated One. Salute, Melanated One says, fire EDC. This proves him and Harbaugh colluding against Lamar Jackson to prevent him from winning the Super Bowl. EDC is on notice, right? Like, I think Steve Bisciotti, we've been criticizing Steve Bisciotti for not caring. I think he said a lot in that press conference about how much he wants to win, and he made it known like this isn't going to be a mutual part in ways or anything like that. I just straight up fired him, and he wants to win another Super Bowl. He's older. He wants to sell the team soon. He wants another Super Bowl before he sells that team and retires, gets out of this business. And yeah, the clock is ticking. He definitely had that conversation with EDC. Like, you better get these next moves. Better be the right moves.
Like Jody. So Jody Allen, under direction of her brother, she doesn't own the Seahawks. A trust does. Mm-hmm. And actually, before the Super Bowl, it was revealed that the team is up for sale after the Super Bowl. Yeah. And now it's two-time Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. And
Jeff Bezos is leading a group to purchase the Seahawks, apparently.
Yeah, and it's range between $7 to $8 billion. $7 to $8 billion. So Jody and the trust will get that, and it's going to be redistributed into the Seattle. I think the art scene, and so you're right, Jose. It's time to get out. These teams, they're going for 6, 7. You bought it for $250.
That's exactly what Steve Bisciotti is thinking. If he can win a third Super Bowl for our franchise, especially with Lamar Jackson at as the face of the franchise,
yes,
that could be a $10 billion.
Exactly, because you have the star quarterback. Because
calm down, that's Lakers money. All right.
Okay, yeah, that's Lakers money. But it isn't. It's the NFL. If the Seahawks are going for 8, and you got Baltimore, gets another Super Bowl, that's 3. And let's not act like Baltimore in that region's a small market. So yeah, the Nationals were about to be. She said it like a slur. Like I saw that earlier. I didn't. I'm like, it was like.
She was saying, "What's up, Giants fan?" That's what
she was saying. It was a hateful comment, but I let it go because I kind of agree with you. But because I believe the Nationals tried to sell, but the sale was upheld because of the Juan Soto trade. Because they're like, "Are you keeping Juan Soto? Because he's the star of the team. He's the symbol of us. Or are you getting rid of him? I'm not going to buy something when the star player is in conflict with you." Yeah. They trade him to. They finally traded him to San Diego. And then I think the sale went through or the sale dropped because Juan Soto left. The Ravens keep Lamar Jackson, sell the team, win a Super Bowl. Man, that's $8 billion. That's $7 billion in the pocket.
Facts.
Right there.
What's going on, Adelia? Appreciate you coming through.
Hey, Adelia.
Game too easy says, yep, EDC finna try go after Max after this game. Hashtag defund the defense.
Hey, game, we got some other things to talk about with you. All right, don't be worrying about the Ravens until the Panthers or anything today.
He's a Falcons fan. Yeah, he's a Falcons fan.
Yeah, yes. We'll get to that. We'll get to that on Wednesday.
I got because some Falcons fans, they went after my defensive end, and I got something to say about y'all.
Ooh, man.
Talk
about crash out. You
Yeah.
look up you Google crash out, and James Pierce will appear.
And they let
that'd
that
be number one in the search
today too.
Also, too, someone brought up Malachi Starks in the chat and said, I can't believe we drafted him over Imanuri. I don't think it's because one player is better than the other.
Right.
I think the coach uses them in different ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, look at the way Mike uses Nick and Devin Witherspoon. He interchanges the blitz packages, right? I remember one of the plays that they showed heavy on the left side, and then they dropped someone out, and then out of nowhere, Devin comes from the right side off of like a slot. So like it's about the coach. Devin Witherspoon had like 4 pressures, 2 sacks, a forced fumble. He was all over the place. If they weren't going to give it to Kenneth Walker, I think he was MVP. Of the game because he was all over the place.
They were never going to give it to him though.
No, yeah, because
but I mean, even Worry would have looked like a bust over here.
Exactly.
If we'd have drafted
Pretty
him.
much.
It's the scheme, it's the coaching. Everybody looked bad on our defense. Everybody, right? That's why this offseason is very critical in terms of the personnel we bring in, how they're coached up. Because some of these guys that we're sitting here thinking can't play, probably can play. And vice versa. It might be some of these guys that just aren't good. We're not going to know. But that's why it's important that we got the right coaches in here. Mm-hmm. And have the right scheme for these guys, because I do believe we do have some talent. I do think Malachi Starks is talented. Obviously, Kyle Hamilton is talented, right? So our defense could look like what we just saw in the Super Bowl.
Also,
it's possible, but we'll have to see. Also,
too, the back line of Seattle, there's 1 first-round pick. Mm-hmm. There's 1 first-round pick, and that's Devin Witherspoon. Everyone else is a late, either I think the highest is a 3rd-round pick with Nicky Moore. Kobe Bryant was drafted in the 6th round, I believe. I don't remember where Josh Jobe was drafted as. Julian Love was signed in free agency, but the Giants drafted him in the 2nd or 3rd round, I believe. So it's not like Seattle swimming with 1st-round picks.
Yeah.
One, because they're safeties and DBs, and a lot of them fall. So you can find good DBs and good safeties later in the rounds. You just
don't.
Oh, Baltimore, yeah. It's 1st-round picks only, baby. Only 1st-round picks. But John Schneider again.
Hold on now, because I it wasn't that long ago with Carolina. The GM was the king of the 1st-round pick.
Hey, listen. No,
king of 1st round, and that's it.
But he hit on them 1st-round picks.
He did.
All right, we weren't sitting here tired of, oh man, Malachi Starks, he looks terrible. Oh no, he hit on his 1st-round pick.
Derek Brown.
After that, it was kind of.
Was it Derek? Are we talking Fitterer or Gettle?
No, Marty Herney.
Oh,
Marty Herney hit on almost every 1st-round pick, and then he missed on almost every other pick.
Luke Kuechly, right? He drafted Luke Kuechly.
Brown. I don't think he was back for Derek Brown because, remember he got fired and then he came back, which disgusting.
It's not just the right coaches; it's also the right GM.
John Schneider's
we're going to find out. We're going to find out about EDC this year. I think it was fair to see what he can do without the influence of John Harbaugh for a year, right? Mm-hmm. Before you just kick him to the curb. Maybe he just got too close to Harbaugh and Harbaugh was in his ear too much. And now that his friend's out the building, he can get his senses back. We'll find out. We'll find out, how good he is. But he's going to put his best foot forward, whether he's a good GM or not. We'll find out this year.
Yeah, I'm looking at these corners, man. Josh Jobe undrafted, Tariq Woolen 5th round. You can find talent in the back end. You just need a scheme that accentuates their prowess. And Mike McDonald. But I have a question for you, Jose. You last year or 2 years ago, you were kind of in a rock and a hard place, right? So do you fire you're the coach that brought you back to the promised land for a bit, or you fire him for the young upstart. Like,
what do you mean?
How do you
fire Harbaugh for me?
Like, how do you go about firing him and keeping Mike? Because a lot of
that wasn't a rock and a hard place. But we answered that question already. Like,
you should just fire him outright because he's better than you.
Okay, so of course me and B saying fire Harbaugh for about 8 years, right?
Yes.
But no, in that scenario, you lose in the AC Championship game. It's not likely that they're going to fire Harbaugh for Mike McDonald, right? It's not likely. But what could easily happen, since you are that close to making a Super Bowl run, is you just pay Mike McDonald more money to stay as a defensive coordinator. You give him assistant head coach title / defense, whatever, like, do whatever, and you just pay him a boatload of money to convince him to stay. That's something that teams do. That not every coach that, I mean, that's what Ben Johnson did, right? Ben Johnson didn't. He got a lot of offers initially to go different places, and he said, I'll stay one more year with the Lions. So we could have done something similar to that. We could have been more aggressive in trying to keep Mike McDonald there.
Or you could have told John, hey, go upstairs. There's a chair next to Ozzy. You still have a job. You're just not the head coach anymore.
Could have done that. But like I said, like out of the things that are more likely to happen, right? Like if John still wants to coach, that's something that you could have easily done if you say, okay, well, fine. We want to keep you here because we're close, but we want to keep our defensive coordinator too. So let's kick out some more money to keep him. You know what I mean? That could have easily have happened.
Yeah. Also, too, Ben Johnson was looking for an organization that he would work with. Like that's why he walked out of the Washington job and said, "Y'all basketball people, what do y'all know about football?" And left. Then he went to Chicago the next year. So Seattle.
I mean, there are other offers he had, but I'm just saying, just for the example, like it wasn't he's ready to be a head coach. We had to either hire him as a head coach or that's it. No, like we could have kept him as a coordinator for more money.
Yeah, because you're fighting John Schneider really, because John wanted him. So yeah.
Mike says, "Stop it." Mike Mack wasn't staying for a paycheck. Based on what?
Yeah, how do you know?
You don't know.
How do you know that?
Because you could have waited one more year, and then Seattle would have kept Pete Carroll for one more year, and then you then get rid of you get rid of Geno and Pete the year later. But depending on how Seattle wanted to operate in their success, they wanted to get Mike early on, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, but it was a good game by the Seahawks, man. Tremendous game plan by them. Tremendous game plan by them, man. It was that defensive line was pushing the pile. Milton Williams played a great game, unfortunately for the Patriots. He played a great game. That he was the only one who played a great game, So yeah.
I think the defense as a whole for New England played really well.
Yeah.
Christian Gonzalez had a great game also.
Yeah.
He's
a better field position.
Yeah, they got zero help from the offense.
Yeah.
So
Drake May, he missed people. Like there were people who were wide open and he missed.
Yeah, he played terrible.
Yeah, he not played very good.
We ain't got sugarcoated. He sucked this game. God's favorite. Don't misinterpret what we say here. Like we're not saying they should have kept Harbaugh. We're not saying that. I'm saying what's the more likely scenario that you could probably convince the owner to do, right? Like they were all too close. They were all too close. Bisciotti, Harbaugh, EDC. Losing a close game in the AFC Championship is that's going to be that'd been hard to convince Steve Bisciotti fire him over that when you're that close, right? What you can convince him is keep everything in place. We're that close. Let's run it back. We make a couple of tweaks, but we got to keep Mike McDonald. We got to kick out some more money for him. That you could convince him to do. Firing Harbaugh after that, not so much. But don't think that we are saying they should have kept Harbaugh. Harbaugh should have been fired 8 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. I was saying you're very confidently saying he would. How do you know? Who is the coordinator rejecting head coach jobs from good organizations for a big paycheck anywhere in the NFL?
We didn't say that.
We're saying that they could have offered that.
That's what we said.
One, I don't know if any organizations have offered that. I know of a assistant GM who could have had a GM job with a lot of organizations who chose to stay. His name is Eric DaCosta. He worked for the Baltimore Ravens.
Facts.
Yeah, because he was the assistant in waiting for like 15 years.
Yo, so why did Ben Johnson go back to the Lions?
Exactly. He saw because that year Pete Carroll he was still in Seattle. And I think, he didn't want to join any of the people. No, because I think the jobs were
No, fast. That's not a literal question. Right? Like the point is he had an opportunity to be a head coach, because what he's trying to say is when you get an opportunity to be a head coach, you're going to do it. Ben Johnson had an opportunity to be a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He had multiple offers.
Well, you know what, Mark, I realized you said off organizations. What were the Bears? The Bears are horrible.
Right.
Like the Bears were a bad organization. Because I realized something like, he denied the Commanders. They were a bad organization. But then I realized the next year he joined the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
He joined the Bears. The year he joined the Bears, or the year prior, the only good job was Seattle. That was the only good job. Every other team,
Carolina was available.
Okay. Okay, good point. All right, I'm not gonna, but yeah, he joined the Bears, so it's not like he said no to only bad. He joined the Bears. The Bears have been horrible for like.
We pick on you a little bit, Mark. My bad, man.
Okay, you agree with this?
He says I agree the Ravens should have offered, and I bet they did. I bet they didn't.
I don't think they did at all.
No, I think they let him walk out.
You know how I know. I can say this with confidence. They didn't. They would have reported that, right?
Yeah.
In fact,
PR.
They would be reporting that right now. They would be saying, "Hey, we did try to keep Mike Macdonald. We did offer him more, but he went ahead and took that job. The same way how we know that John Harbaugh really wanted Puka Nacua, right? They had to hold him down in the war room from turning in that draft sheet and saying,
throw him in a dungeon.
Right. We know that.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, here's the thing. I'm sorry. I don't like this revisionist history with the Bears and Caleb Williams, because I remember Caleb Williams was literally called every name under the sun, but a good quarterback. Literally every word. So now the organization's a good organization with Caleb Williams. I don't believe that.
Wait. And then the Bears have made the playoffs 7 times since 1996.
Exactly.
Weren't the Commanders just in the NFC Championship last year?
Yes, they were.
The Bears are not a good organization by any stretch of the imagination.
The Patriots did what the Commanders did last year, Jose, but they made the Super Bowl. The Commanders last year brought in 35 new people. Most of them were elder statesmen, and then they made it to the NFC Championship game. They lost the Eagles. It is what it is. This year, Patriots, same team, second-year quarterback, young quarterback. They brought in 30 new people, and they're in the Super Bowl. They did the same thing. You in the NFL, you no longer need to. There's no longer a process. I need a couple years. No, not anymore. No, look what these teams are doing in 2 years. Look what these teams are doing in 2 years.
Every time, bro. Every time somebody be arguing with us, yo. Every time.
Yeah, because and here's the mark. I got a soft spot for the Bears. I really do, because I love Walter Payton. I have a soft spot with y'all, but let's not act like they were a good organization.
No,
let's not act like they weren't.
They were not.
Let's not act like they were.
All right.
The media did Caleb dirty in his rookie year, though, because he played much better than people talked about.
Let's stop picking on Mark. Hey, 108 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you like what we're doing and you want to support the channel a little more, hit that pin link in the chat box. That'll take you to our Patreon, patreon.com/LBHTShow. All right. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to our overtime show, which happens on Wednesdays after the LBHT show, which is a lot of fun. All right. And you get access to our Discord channel. So you get a lot of lively conversations like we have going on right here, but that's 24/7. All right. Well worth the price of admission. And if you don't stay a member, that's okay. We don't kick anybody out of the Discord. All right. Just as long as you're abiding by the rules.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we got to start every conversation. Hey, are you related to the Bears?
Or are you related to a player? Are you related? Or are you a fan?
We actually did say that. We did say, hey, when we start arguing about players or anything like that, and we have to start by saying, are you related? Because it turns out that more people are related to are related to these guys that we realize. Let's go back. Let's go back to picking on the quarterbacks of this game, because
I'm not picking on Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's he's one of my favorite quarterbacks all time for taking down the Patriots. I hate New England.
Hey, listen, Ginger Cuz is a very likable person. I got no problem with him, but all I know is, look, if Lamar Jackson misses a pass like that, and also the one that nobody's really talking about, that one, it was a good play by Christian Gonzalez, but it was also a bad throw for that. It should have been. He let him
catch up. He let him catch up.
But I'll tell you what, though, and we've seen this in action with Lamar Jackson. The answer to any question that you have about Sam Darnold and his performance tonight is he did enough to win.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what he did. He did enough to win because his team ended up with more points than the other team. Doesn't matter how he played. Doesn't matter how many throws he missed. Doesn't matter how many touchdowns he left on the field. He did enough to win. Had the New England defense scored a couple touchdowns, Drake May would have also done enough to win with his 3 turnovers. So it is what it is.
Yeah, because when I was on the live stream, all I said, I kept telling, Adelia and Brandy and the homies, the quarterback who doesn't do anything catastrophically bad wins the game. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold did nothing catastrophically bad. He took what the defense get him, and you know what? New England had chances to get get turnovers, and they just missed. They just missed them by split second. Just missed them. The pick with the Gonzalez, he could have gotten an interception. He would have been down at the 1 yard line, but you don't. Then they don't kick a field goal, so there's that, and it'll be the end of the half. There's a times, man, where there were just some balls where I'm like, how did he pass that? Like he just split seconds. You know what I mean? He didn't do nothing horribly wrong. He just did his job. And also, too, shout out to Michael Dickerson, the punter. Marcus Jones, one of the best punt returners in the game this season, the highest net punt return average in the NFL. Michael Dickerson neutralized them. Multiple times they dropped the ball within the 20-yard line, a couple of times inside the 10-yard line, and some of them were inside the 5-yard line. So the punter it was a field position battle. The Patriots never had good field position. Seattle did, and it was field goal after field goal after field goal after field goal. And you had that touchdown with AJ Barner. He just didn't do nothing to ruin the game. And Kenneth Walker, shout out to him.
Who was that D lineman that grabbed the center with one hand and then grabbed Drake May with the other and threw them both to the ground?
He was a rookie. His name was Ryan Mills.
Oh my God! Did you see that?
Yeah, he just bull rushed him into Drake and just grabbed Drake by the
he said, "You know what? Let's all fall to the ground together." He just took them all. He took them both to the ground, and I was like, "That's a beast, right?" He's a rookie.
Yeah, he was a rookie, Ryan Mills. No, and it showed you that the left side of New England. I found out during the game, both rookies.
Yeah,
both of them were rookies, and they couldn't handle the power rush. They didn't have a good anchor. Will Campbell. There was a play where I think it was Derek Hall.
Derek Hall early, yeah.
So Will Campbell kind of beats Derek Hall. He gets him, but then Damian Wilson hits Derek Hall, frees Derek Hall, and then goes right at Drake May. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, did the guard just free up Derek Hall?
Yeah, we call that a foul lele around here.
Yeah, it was bad, man. Like that offensive line would not show up. And again, Jose, what did we say in the Texans game? CJ doesn't have 4 turnovers. Houston beats the Patriots.
Yeah.
Guess what happened in this game? Drake had 3 turnovers. Seattle wins.
Yeah, you're right. If he only had 2 turnovers in that game, because every time he turned the ball over, it seemed like the Texans were getting the ball back for him. Mm-hmm. But CJ was like, all right, well, let me do one more.
But that was the whole thing too, because if the Chargers tackles are healthy, they probably beat New England. If
Joel,
if Bo Nix is healthy, they beat New England. This was a team that wasn't really good. I mean, I don't want to say they weren't good enough to get there. They got there, and there's injuries and all that. But like, they weren't the best team in the AFC. They ran into a very fortunate schedule, regular season and postseason. Right?
Hey, man, like, listen,
it is what it is.
Hey, sometimes you need a little luck, right? Yeah. Sometimes you need things to fall your way. And even in this game, like, it got out of hand towards the end, right? But they had their chances. There could have been a scenario where they pulled out the win. But so all in all, it was a good season for them. But this is what Cam Newton was saying about the team. This is what he was saying about Drake May. And of course, because it's Cam Newton, you don't like what he has to say, but he was right about them.
And listen, they're going to run into the same thing that happened with Washington, right? Next year, they're going to play a first place schedule. They're probably not
whatever that means.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be that great next year.
But who has the hardest schedule next year?
Carolina, every year.
Well, I guess second maybe is the Giants. I don't know why.
We'll see. I mean, you never know. We're
always top five and we're always top five in hardest schedule percentage, and I'm like, why?
You don't like that's only based off of this year. Like, we don't know what these seasons are going to be like next year. We always look at it and say, "Oh, this is going to be tough," and then some teams aren't as good as
No, because the Patriots lost to the Raiders week 2 and then won a bunch of games in a row. So you don't know, and also too, just like what Brodny said, Washington. All the players that they signed are going to be a year older.
Was Dickerson drafted?
Michael? I don't know. Who drafts punters, bro?
Jacksonville in Baltimore.
So Michael Dickerson.
Jay Ray says Kubiak is gone. Seahawks are screwed, but at least they got the chip. I don't think they're screwed. That defense is still going to be that defense.
Yep, he was a 5th round pick by out of Texas.
CI Addict, salute. Thanks for coming through.
He's been on that team since 2018. And he's Australian, of course he is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Les Miles. If you ain't Australian, you're never going to be my kicker.
Osman says, be careful about praising the defense. EDC will use that as an excuse to go defense crazy like he always does. Hey, if the results are what we just saw, then you can do it. Like, it's all about results, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we can sit here and say defense wins championships. Look at this example. Look at the Rams. Look at the Seahawks. Okay, cool. You want to know the other things that they did for the team and just focus on the defense. Cool. When's our defense going to play like that? I've never seen our defense play that way. Not under not in the Lamar era, not in the EDC era. I've never seen them play that way.
Yeah, 3 turnover forces, 3 turnovers, 7 sacks.
Yeah, even when Mike McDonald was here, they didn't play that way.
Not in the playoffs.
No,
they played that way in the regular season, and then that disappeared in the playoffs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, too, the defenses work because Drake May and Sam Darnold. Defenses are not going to be the same if Lamar Jackson is on Seattle's team. Like, if Seattle had Lamar Jackson, I think the defenses, the Patriots are like, oh snap, it's a little different, And also, too, Jackson Smith and Jigba got hurt in the game. Mm-hmm. He didn't play.
Well, you saw what it was like when we played them, and Lamar didn't even finished the game, right? And Derrick Henry's running all over them, and they're literally throwing fits on the sideline, right? Like, it's different. We're different. That's what I'm saying. Like, Jesse Minter could come in here and if he gets the defense somewhat looking like that, then we're in business. And just fix the O-line
and get a replacement for Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, but that's lower on the list of needs. Like, obviously you want to do this. What we just saw here, right? We can say defense wins championships. They're relying on the defense to win the game. Nobody's relying on Sam Darnold to win the game. We're not. If they lose a game, nobody's going to say Sam Darnold lost the game. They'll say the defense lost the game. Right, just like we're saying the defense won the game because the defense is a strength of that team. Lamar Jackson is the strength of the Ravens. You're never, even if you bring in Max Crosby, you can bring in all this talent on the defense. We are never going to look at them and say it's on the defense to win. It's going to be on our 2-time MVP to win it at the end of the day. And because of that, you have to surround him with the talent first. Make sure he has the protection, make sure he has the talent. Then you focus on the defense. And with the coach that knows defense, right? I think, and we already have talent on the defense. We spent a lot of money on the defense. Now's the time to go and get those things that you need on the offense to make sure they're good over there, and you can work with what you have on the defense already.
Also, too, the Bears showed you this year you can sign 3 new free agents on the offensive line, and it works. I think 3 or 4 of their offensive linemen are all either free agents or trades. Joe Thuney was a trade. Drew Dalman and the other guy, I think only Darnell Wright was the guy they drafted. I think 4 of their 5 are new guys. So this it's going to take us a minute to fix the offensive line for Lamar is BS. Call it out. It's not true. You can fix it like that. And you have Dwayne Ledford. Boom. You know what I mean?
Jay is always right on time. He is now replacing Bateman is up there. Sorry.
and Jeremy with the news. Okay. Clinton is now officially a Raiders head coach.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy.
I think that's why you guys went with Minter, because you knew he wasn't coming. Because
I don't think he would have turned down this job for the Raiders job. I think it was they didn't want to wait until after the Super Bowl, because I was listening to Keeping It Real. Shout out to Keeping It Real. I was listening to his stream earlier, and he brought up a good point. He said, "What if we had waited for Clint Kubiak to be our coach? We have to wait until now, and
to build the staff.
What's the staff look like?"
Yeah,
that's true.
Which is why it's a ridiculous rule that the NFL has that those guys can't accept jobs or interview for jobs until their season's over. You know, they can't do the in-person stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because that is the question, right? Like, what's the staff going to look like now? That's true. we pretty much, I mean, we like, for the most part, what Minter has done. I mean, there are some questions, obviously, like with our coordinator not calling plays before. But I think all in all, we feel pretty good about the staff.
Declan Doyle?
Yeah, Declan Doyle. Now, what happens if what happens if we go with Kubiak? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we gotta see what who he goes and pulls.
That's a good point. That's the point.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to over the coming weeks is a growing narrative that this is that Drake May lost him this game because he didn't run more. That's what we always hear about Lamar. And listen, Collinsworth said it a few times in games that he needed to run more. He had 37 yards rushing, but you're talking about an offense. Their drives for the game: 28 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, -2 yards, 10 yards, -1. That was halftime. 7 yards, 9 yards, 6 yards, 10 yards, and a fumble.
Timeout.
And then they got a touchdown in the fourth quarter, and then they followed up with 2 interceptions, and then their second touchdown.
Did you say -1 yards?
They had a -2 yard drive, and then the one -1 was at halftime when they
okay, yeah. You said negative. Damn, -2.
Yeah,
bro, dude. Oh my god, man.
Look.
Also, too, with Seattle too is the depth. Like the depth, they had 3 to 4. They had 4 to 5, 6 to 7 different defensive linemen rotated in and out. They had 6, 7 DBs flying around. The only people they didn't really sub out were their 2 to 3 linebackers. John Schneider is just better at his job than Eric DeCosta.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. He won a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson and that team. And then he rebuilt it kind of similarly with that back end, in a sense. And then he rebuilt it.
A very deep front.
In a very deep front, just like that team. He rebuilt it. He kind of just replaced Cliff Averill, Michael Bennett. You know what I mean? He was with Leonard Williams and Derek Hall and Onusu and Byron Murphy the second. And then he just rebuilt it again. He just better at his job. John Schneider's just that good at his job.
Yeah, we're finding out there's a lot of GMs that do what we keep saying EDC does, but these GMs actually do it, right? And that's why we would never. I mean, early on we were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because we thought, man, he worked with Ozzy all these years, and he's going to be a good GM, but he never proved to be a good GM. and we keep giving him praise like he's one of the top GMs in the league. He's not one of the top GMs in the league.
No.
There are a ton of GMs better than him. A ton.
It's crazy to me because, first round pick on Olway, second round pick on Mike Green, third round pick on Adisa Isaac, fourth round pick on Tavius Robinson, fifth round pick on Dalen Hayes. I think there was another one in there too that I'm forgetting.
Travis Jones?
And no, I'm just talking about edges.
Edges.
Ojabo? You say Ojabo?
No, second round pick on Ojabo as well.
Yes.
And we need an edge rusher. Multiple. First round pick on Hollywood, first round pick on Bateman, third round pick on Boykin, third round pick on Duvernay, fourth round pick on Tylan Wallace, and you don't have a number 2 wide receiver.
That's crazy.
It's not good.
Oh,
and the obvious move, right? Like we kept on saying to do it, they didn't even want to do was bring back Olway.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Keep Olway. Don't let him go. Like, hey, like we said it on draft day. This is a guy that's raw. He needs time to develop, and you don't want to give him the time it's going to take to develop. By the time he gets to that point, you're going to want to move on from him, and that's exactly what happened. And we got a super chat from Master B. I'm sorry, Ferris. We got a super chat from Master B. Appreciate you. Says Mike Mack road to Super Bowl win was beating Coach of the Year Shanahan, McVay, and Vrabel. Yes. Elite coaches, Ravens will never get over him until they win a Super Bowl with Lamar.
I don't think Vrabel's an elite coach, but whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, you're right.
But Vrabel. But beating, and listen, San Francisco.
I don't know, man. He beat a 14-2 Baltimore team with just Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, what happened after that?
Good. Well, he ended up losing.
And then what?
And then what? Well, he lost to Bill Belichick. That's true. Well, that's because him and Ron Carthon, they disagreed on some. The Tennessee's a mess. That's a bad organization.
But look, he's a good coach. That's fine. But I just don't think he's an elite coach. McVay's an elite coach. Shanahan, I guess you could say, is an elite coach. But they had a ton of injuries in San Francisco.
I don't know if he's an elite coach. I think he's a very good coach.
Shanahan, I think Shanahan's a pretty good. They shouldn't have been in any running this year.
Listen, man, if you don't have a Super Bowl,
well, that's the thing, because he's not an elite Super Bowl coach, right?
No.
He's blown too as a head coach, and honestly, it shouldn't be on him, but he blew one as an offensive coordinator too. Like he blew that game.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about John Schneider. He had Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, and said, "Oh, those are cool. Give me Jackson Smith and Jigba."
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking ahead. I'm getting rid of one of these two. Who am I going to get rid of? He ended up getting rid of both of them, which is funny enough. But he was already thinking in his mind, one of them is gone. I don't know which one's going to be gone, but one of them is gone, and I already have their replacement. Right? So he thought a year or two ahead. And then it was Tyler Lockett. They got rid of Tyler Lockett. And then they got rid of DK Metcalf. And then they were like, okay, fine with me. I have JSN. He looked ahead,
Yeah. Let's see. EDC is a top GM at not spending money and drafting guys with good personalities. Yeah. Honestly, like, you're not far off. I think they take a lot of pride in balling on a budget, finding guys on the cheap. They take more pride in that than actually just finding talent. They're always looking for a good steal, right player, right price. That's their mantra. Right, because they feel like they got this formula of you don't overpay for players because it's not going to work out down the road. But in reality, what happens is in today's NFL, you get what you pay for. Right, everybody has more resources to scout players to get it right with these players. You're not going to find the steals that you used to find in the draft or free agency. You're not going to fleece teams like you're used to doing. Like, you're not going to do that anymore. You just have to go out there, spend high draft picks on talent, pay the money for the talent that you want to get. That's the only way you're going to get them, right? Start doing those things. And that's why now I didn't hear right player, right price. I heard we need to make a splash. That's why I heard this season. I've never heard him say we got to go out there and make a splash in free agency. Never heard him or Ozzy say that in Ravens history.
They've said kind of similar things. So like they've never used that specific language, but like saying I'm going to go out and build an offense like the Chiefs is pretty bold. And then doing nothing of the sort. But I will say this. I will say this though. He, meaning Eric DaCosta, and every other GM in the league, all of them, can pat themselves on the back for not trading a future first-round pick to draft James Pierce, right?
Yep.
Nobody did that, right?
Before we transition, I want to point out
32 on that.
Yeah, thank
right,
God. Yeah. Oh, no, just speaking of a good draft pick, the draft that they drafted Charles Cross in, they came back in the 5th round and drafted Abraham Lucas, and they just got their left tackle and right tackle for the next 10 years. John Schneider again, and also don't draft James Pierce.
But they also have their own Daniel Faalele on that line that's been starting for 3 years. So,
Anthony Bradford.
Yeah.
Oh, the right guard. Because Gray Zabel is their left guard, and he's very good. And then funny enough, the center was Gray's North Dakota State teammate, Jalen Sundell. Yeah, so Anthony Bradford.
Newly of the what are they in the Mountain West now?
They are now in the Mountain West. Yeah. Yes, the newly North promoted.
Hey, Tracy is here. What's going on, Tracy? He says, "What does EDC do? Pay slow Mark Andrews." Shaking my head. I know, Tracy.
Trading two first-round picks for James Pierce Jr.
Well, no, it wasn't 2 first-round picks.
It was
their second-round pick last year, a later pick, and then this year's first to the team that was just in the conference championship, the Rams.
Yes.
So that's nice. Way to go, Atlanta.
Shout out to you, Atlanta.
They will say Lamar's contract is the reason he won't win a Super Bowl, even when you look at the last few QBs in the past Super Bowls who had low-end contracts. He hogs up the budget. Listen, like that's the narrative that the national media is going to say, right? But Steve Bisciotti ain't trying to hear that, right? He used up all the excuses, EDC in-house. He has to win. He has to figure it out. Lamar's going to get his money, and you better get the talent on this team. He's had way too many draft picks. This draft coming up, I believe we have 11 picks?
I believe so.
It's like 11 picks. That is way too many draft picks to not bring in talent that can impact the team right now. So my suggestion is, and I feel like what's going to happen is one, he is going to try to make a splash in free agency. I don't know on what, but he is going to try to do that. And he's going to bundle up some of these picks, like something you've never seen before. I think he might actually trade up in the draft. Because ain't no way he's going to draft 11 picks just for guys to get cut in training camp, guys not working out.
Sorry, incorrect. You were going on the history of them hoarding picks, and they've not done that this year. They have 10.
Yes, how dare you? And also to Jose,
four of them in the 5th round.
You don't want them to trade up and draft someone from Tennessee with character concerns that everyone told you stay away from.
Yeah, there's this guy James Pierce. I don't know if you heard about him.
Yeah. This guy James Pierce.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Rock weekend for the team that drafted him.
Exactly. Then they end up.
You don't have to do that. You can get guys that can just play. Right.
Funny enough, baseball.
No, son. No.
You know what's funny too. You know what's funny.
Don't respond to that.
No, there's actually another tight end at Oregon.
Baseball lifestyle.
His name is Jamar Johnson.
You can get Jamar Johnson.
He's actually just as good, but the problem is he's a sophomore. He's a redshirt sophomore, and he's coming back.
Dang it!
Unlike Keon, who's a junior.
You got Charlie Kolar. So,
Keon,
a tight end I saw. I can't remember. I don't remember what school he went to, his name or anything like that. But he was like 6'5", 280 pounds.
Jersey color.
Yeah. I don't know the jersey color, but I was looking at his profile and like
Justin
this
Jolly?
guy. I don't remember his name.
Okay, Michael Trigg.
But I remember his size, and I was like, this guy might be somebody to look at. But like all of my drafts, I saw him going like around the 2nd round. So
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It's Michael Trigg.
Pretty sure. No,
is it Justin Jolly? You think it's Justin Jolly?
No, Eli Stowers.
Oh, Eli Stovers out of Vanderbilt.
Stovers. Is it they go with the V on that W?
I thought it was like stove.
It's Stowe, like STOWE.
Yeah, isn't that Stove?
Eli
Stowers. Stowe, like stowaway.
Yeah.
Stowers. Okay, yeah. Eli Stowers. He played. He was actually a quarterback.
No, that's not him.
Not him.
Okay.
I don't think this person exists.
I just named three of the.
Like he's almost the size of a lineman, but like but he was tight end. He was a tight end. I'll look for him.
Oh, is it Liam?
I don't know. I don't. But I said I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I just named. Yeah, that's the Georgia kid.
I'll tell you the worst commercial was during the Super Bowl because somebody just reminded me of it in the chat. It was when Jalen Hurts walked up to that little flame pit with the football, set it on fire, and threw it and lit the cauldron.
Yeah,
that fraud ain't got that kind of arm strength or accuracy.
It would have been short. He would have set LA Coliseum on fire.
You know what he got? He got a ring.
Yeah, so does Brad Johnson. So does Brad Johnson. All right. So what does that got to do anything?
He got a ring.
All right.
So does Nick Foles.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So does Nick Foles.
And nobody calls Brad Johnson a fraud.
No,
yeah, we do.
No, I don't. Brad Johnson was legit. Trent Dilfer was a fraud, though.
Trent
Dilfer was a fraud.
Ferris, you call Brad Johnson a fraud?
Yes,
you were 5 when he won.
You don't know that.
Brad Johnson was a good, solid quarterback. Right?
I wasn't 5.
You were 4.
I was 3.
Oh,
I can't.
So does Drew Lock. Exactly.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's performance, I thought it was cool.
I love it. I thought it was great.
I was a big fan of Bad Bunny. Brodny, can you take me down real quick? My dad's calling.
Yes.
Okay. I think they did a really good job with the scenery.
Yeah.
Right. Because for a second I forgot where they were at. I was like, wait, where are they?
It was nice that he took you on a journey.
Yes.
But yeah, you know what I saw on Twitter too? They said that the marriage that happened during the performance was real. He said that couple had invited Bad Bunny to their wedding, and instead he invited them to the Super Bowl to be part of his show and get married.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Also, I did not realize that was Lady Gaga singing until I looked on Twitter. I was like, who is that? And Toy Smith was like, I never know what Lady Gaga looks like. And I was like, Lady Gaga. Okay. I was like,
she's like Mary J. Blige for me. Like, every time I see Mary J. Blige, I'm like, that's a different.
She's a little different. that's Keisha Cole for me. Keisha Cole never looks the same.
Right.
Never looks the same. Her album cover, you see her in the video, you see her in the interview, and I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
But Lady Gaga gained some weight. That's why. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have.
I don't know what she looks like.
Right. But great performance. I thought I thought they did a good job. Obviously, you're gonna have some people that complain about it because it was in Spanish, and listen, man. If you like, hey, it wasn't in Spanish, I couldn't get with it. I hear you. It's not your thing, but there are 45 million Americans that speak Spanish. All right, you're talking about somebody that's uber popular around the world,
worldwide. Yeah,
worldwide. In a WWE superstar.
Bro, listen, I'm not familiar with Bad Bunny's music. I'd heard maybe 1 or 2 songs. You ready to go, Paris? Okay, I heard maybe 1 or 2 songs. I thought they're fine, but I saw him on WWE, and superstar is the right word. He was fantastic when he went to wrestle.
It's on YouTube. Just Google Bad Bunny WWE entrance. Yeah, that one of pay-per-view entrance, and we watched wrestling from we were little. I've never seen a crowd get that hyped up
that was
before for somebody.
Yeah.
First time WWE was back in Puerto Rico since the murder of Bruiser Brody. Mm-hmm. People kind of stopped going to Puerto Rico because of it.
Why'd you tell me you're ready? You gotta catch your breath, man. It's like just take a couple deep breaths, you'll be all right.
So people stopped going to Puerto Rico to wrestle because Bruiser Brody got murdered.
Yeah.
First time they're back in Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny main event against Damian Priest, San Juan street fight. fire, man.
If you don't know about the Bruiser Brody story, watch Dark Side of the Ring, and then watch the entire rest of that series because it's an amazing series. It's incredibly sad, but it was very, very good. Yeah.
The Coinbase commercial with just the Backstreet Boys PowerPoint lyrics was bad. Yeah, I was just like, what? Yeah, it just you know, like
I'm good.
Especially when there was another commercial with them singing that song.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard the alternative halftime show didn't get to their headliner K-Rock till about the fourth quarter. Yes, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Hey man, Bad Bunny playing the Super halftime show.
You got it wrong. It's not alternative. It's alt-right.
All right.
Okay. The all-right halftime show.
No, I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm good, Cam. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. You know, Bad Bunny playing. Felix Trinidad showed up to Xander Zayaz's fight. Xander Zayaz was at the Super Bowl. Jose Alvarado's and Nick. Puerto Rico, we up, baby.
Wow.
We up.
Wow.
Got to Puerto Rico. Boricua. Yeah.
I was so confused why Mike Tyson was telling me to eat Apple and somehow RFK was involved. Yeah, that's their
that was odd.
That was their fake health initiative.
Maha.
Yeah.
Make America healthy again.
Don't trust anything from this administration.
Yes, it was real baseball. It was real.
You know, I didn't like that commercial where it was just a white screen and they spent about 15 seconds for a minion to run up to the camera, to fall down, and tell you to go to a website to watch the trailer.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love minions.
Just play the trailer.
Dilly says, as I pointed out in the LGRN stream, I don't know why Ferris is saying we up about Puerto Rico.
Jose, we up.
Because Paris is a citizen of the world.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. You know, every time Dua Lipa performs, I'm like, yo, man, Kosovo, we up.
Wow.
I shouldn't have said that out loud because I make it yelled at by a bunch of the other Balkans.
Wow.
Yeah. But hey, you know, congrats to the Seahawks and congrats to the Patriots for getting there. You know, listen, I have fun watching it. You know, people always want defense until they have to watch it, and then people are like, oh, it was boring. I didn't think it was boring. I love a good defensive performance, especially from both teams, man. I like to see hits like it was good. Like for me as a Ravens fan, it was refreshing for the nightmare to be over, for Harbaugh to get fired. I felt good about that. And then it was easier for me to just watch the rest of the playoffs and watch some good football being played, some real defense out there, because there's a lot of teams out there that were hidden, right? And for it to cap off in the Super Bowl the way it went down, man, I enjoyed it.
You like to see the one offense fight back a bit. But yeah, it's great to see both defenses playing at a high level.
Yeah, Seattle's defense broke New England.
Oh, they came in broken, I think.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. They came in broken. That's a good point.
I mean, he's been sacked 15 times in the first 3 games.
Yeah, the 19 overall, and then it got to a point. I think it's like 21 now because they had 7.
Oh, if they get taken back down to 6, or unless did they get another one?
No, yeah. When they scored when they got the interception, it said 3 turnovers. 7 sacks, tied for most all time in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, but that got taken back down to 6 because it was an interception, so there wasn't a sack on the play.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
because like they were counting it as a strip sack and a fumble, but he caught it in the air, so it was ruled an interception.
So Witherspoon didn't get the sack.
No.
So it's 1 sack, 3 pressures.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 sack, 3 pressures,
three hits, a pass defense.
Yeah,
okay. 4 tackles for Witherspoon.
Okay, dang it! No, well,
now I want to bring this up with. Well, I want to bring this up what Dude said. At $8 million per 30 seconds, I understand why they told people to go to the website and watch the whole trailer. Now, this is exactly the problem with commercials now, right? Because $8 million for 30 seconds. You know, you have companies just overthinking this, like they're putting too much resources into it, and like you can only put so much into it. You know, it's a commercial. Like these are bigger budgets than movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it takes the fun out of it. It takes the creativeness out of it. It's like we can't be fun. We can't be creative anymore. Like we have to make sure we hit on this. We have to follow a certain formula, and a lot of times it's just like, all right, you know, okay, I see you got Ben Affleck in here. That's cool. I see you got, you know, you got these actors that we haven't seen in a while. Okay, that's cool. But like, was it funny? You know what I'm saying? Was it fun? Was it cool? No.
Right. But and I understand what you mean to do. And by trailer, I mean a teaser. Like, because what you played, the minions just running up to the screen did not make me want to go watch that trailer. You know what I mean?
It used to be throw
a teaser, and
yeah, it used to be $2.5 million 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's gone up, and you know I can see why a lot of the big movie movies didn't have trailers, because they're like, I don't need to spend $8 million to tell you to watch Doomsday. You're gonna do it anyway.
Right.
Like people, like Adelia asked me, like, oh, did you see an Odyssey trailer? Yeah, Christopher Nolan's gone to the point of his career where it was like, you're gonna go watch my movie.
Yeah, you know his movie's coming, and you're gonna go.
Yeah. And you know,
or if you need, or if you need a trailer and a halftime show to watch it, I don't want you there.
Yeah,
that's Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan's very snobbish. He's like, I only want certain people watching this
because he did the prologue before Avatar.
Yeah,
you know, I think it was like 5 to 10 minutes of Matt Damon sneaking in. So yeah, he's like, you guys watch that. The pre-sales for Odyssey is already sold out.
I didn't even know they were on sale.
Brodny, they went on sale 6 months ago, and they sold out in 2 days.
Listen, whatever, man. You know what? Doesn't sell out HBO Max.
Well,
theaters though. So.
I don't know. HBO Max has sold out. Sold out big time. How's Game of Thrones though?
I got so watch that.
Let's see. ASG, what's going on? Says, or do you think Witherspoon should have gotten MVP? Too bad you guys can't give the MVP to the entire defense. Oh yeah. If you could give it to a unit, yeah, the defense would get it. But no, the right person got it. Kenneth Walker. That's what I had.
The last time you could have said that, Adelia, put your hands over your ears. I'm sorry. It was the Seahawks Super Bowl against Denver, where they gave it to Malcolm Smith because he had the interception touchdown return, but that doesn't happen without Cliff Avrill's pressure on Peyton Manning, and the entire defense just hunted the Broncos for like the entire game. So that was the last time that Malcolm Smith MVP was really like, here's to the defense, but we had to pick somebody, and we gave it to Malcolm Smith. Sorry, Delia. Sorry. She hates me because I was making fun of them the entire stream. No, I know it's not.
Yeah, bro had 6 sacks. That was the quietest dominance I have ever witnessed. Yeah. I mean, Ferris, if this is another reference to the Broncos Super Bowl loss tonight, I swear to God. Sorry, dude. He did warn you to close your eyes. He did warn you.
Put your hands on your ears. Put your hands on your ears.
Yeah. Let's see. Charlie put national anthem first half of the game. MVP for the worst performances goes to the commercials. Yeah. I don't watch. I don't pay attention to that stuff anymore, man. I'm really just focused on the games, the commercials, stuff like that. I kind of zone out. You know, if I catch one, I'm like, okay, but I already know what it's going to be about. It's just
AI, beer, cars.
Well, Mark saying that fumble getting called an interception to keep them below the sack record was such nasty work, but it was an interception because it didn't hit the ground.
It didn't hit the ground.
And he threw it forward.
Yeah, so it would have been an incomplete pass.
I don't think it was. I think it was out, but I mean, regardless, it didn't hit the ground, so he can't be a fumble.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a pick.
That's all. So. All right. Well, we've gone for over an hour. We'll be back here in the morning, myself and Hendo. Yes, because B won't show up. Whatever.
Y'all need your quality time.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever.
That's the duo right there.
6:15 a.m. It is a tight 30. Tight 30. All
Sure.
right. I look, fair warning. We will not go past 30 minutes. All right. We stop at 30 minutes or less, to be honest. I gotta be out of here on time, like right out the door. All right. But tune in. We'll discuss this more. Look, the season's over, but we still have a lot to talk about. We teased James Pierce. That is a crazy story we'll get to on Wednesday. We'll talk a little bit about tomorrow morning if you want. But there's a lot to discuss. The offseason is officially here. It's time for our teams to get to work. No overtime show. Not tonight. That's on Wednesday. No. That's on Wednesday. We get overtime show on Wednesday. In fact, one more time before we get out of here. Patreon.com/LBHTShow. That's how you become part of the overtime show, which happens on Wednesday. And
Wednesday only.
Yes, Wednesday only. There's not after streams like this. He said, "Oh, y'all be up 6 a.m. I'll catch the replay." Yep, that's what's there for too. Don't get up on our account. Whenever you're up, catch the replay. Listen to it on your ride in. It's just something to get your day started. All right, whatever time you wake up. Yeah. Their defense was phenomenal. Offense got the job done. Yeah.
Kenneth did.
Yeah. Husband said the customer is always right.
Absolutely not. I was set up because of big store box business to make you think you have some sums of power. No, you don't. Customers rarely ever right.
I'll tell you what, Osmond. Customers are always right, and you said no overtime show.
Yes.
That's what you said. So.
All right, we're getting out of here. B, are you ready?
I'm ready.
He is ready. Ferris, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you as always.
Shout out to
everybody in the chat.
Quarterback from the 2018 draft class with the Super Bowl, baby. Shout out to you, big dog.
Hey, shout out to you.
Other bums.
Hey, he's the first.
He's
the first. Lamar's gonna be next. All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you later this week. Peace.